everybody, I'm Ed, this is Ryan. We're from the Martial Mind Podcast, Giants Behind the Camera, and we are here to break down Tong Bei Chuan and keep figuring out new techniques from our traditional forms.
Definitely check out our teachers' videos on Tong Bei Chuan on the Authentic Shaolin Kung Fu page. Shifu Gregg Zilb does a wonderful breakdown of, I think it's a 3-part breakdown of this whole form, or a lot of the techniques of this form. That's going to be going way more in depth than what we're going to be doing. So check that out as well.
What you get out of this video is you get to see two students breaking down a form live and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And we're going to show you everything. We're going to show you our mistakes, we're going to show you our successes, and we're going to let you guys talk about it in the comments and see what you think about what we're coming up with. This is so that you guys as students can do the same with your techniques and your forms, regardless of what style you train. So the particular section we were talking about today was a part in the form where you're coming from here and moving in and striking upwards as you move forward in this low stance. So we were talking, well, before we were recording about like how we think this technique should be used. I was asking Shifu Gregg about different ways he could use it, and he was like, definitely come in with it and tip the chin and come over with the right hand. So we're trying to work on that, going off what our Shifu said about the technique. Ryan figured out Velcro, you know what I mean?
I figure it's a new thing for me. I just got buttons last week.
Oh, straps are too much.
And then my graduate degree.
Technology is too advanced.
My graduate degree will be in zippers. So we come.
And then moving back, correct?
You can either come over, you can come here. Yeah.
That other section in the form.
And this, and in us saying this brings up a good point that I want to bring up, that there is seemingly a misconception of forms for people that are outside of the traditional community, where you look at a sequence and be like, oh, well, okay, well, I don't know Kung Fu, but clearly that's a sequence, that's how you have to fight. If you're not fighting like that, then there's just kickboxing and then there's forms. And it's like, no, that's not what it is. It's just a translation error of what they're looking at and what it means. Two motions we took from the form was here and this technique. It's like, all right, that's not, you're not being true to the form because you're not doing it in the order the form is teaching you to do it. Putting forms under that level of scrutiny is like you learned you learned 7 new words from a history textbook that you were reading in school, and you could only use those words in that order for the rest of your life. Like, that's not how words are used. Words are tools that are used to be put in different orders to make different ideas, lead to different outcomes and things like that. So it's no different. It's treating forms like a textbook as opposed to like a scripture of like, I have to do it this way, because it was taught that way for ease of use and ease of teaching.
So we're coming 1, and I have to dip my head out of the way.
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2 over the top.
I'll step back.
See, I would almost rather like coming on this side.
Well, that's
and close the door.
Well, that's something we can do too. So, because it depends on whether they're close enough to just strike here. If they're not, you can break the guard again and come back in. So
1, 2, and then you came 3. That was what you were doing, correct?
Yes.
Cross,
yeah, either cross or you can just push into a normal guard, whatever feels easier or whatever feels better.
So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just out in the parking lot. 6, 7, 8. Just Forrest Gump. You're just like in the desert. 21, 22, 23.
I just kept punching.
Let's flow through it and see if this makes sense while you're advancing. See if that feels better. 1, 2,
3.
I meant on the 3. I meant do the clear before.
Do the clear before I come in?
Yeah, and see if that changes anything. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, because also when you realize when you do that,
I pull your face. We get into kissing distance, everyone. Kissing distance. Yes. Good news, everyone. So.
Here, because all you have to do is.
I can just trap it too.
Yeah, and then from there you can scoop, and then it's right there.
And then if I step with this leg,
or right from here you can.
Now I'm behind, and this is more direct to the form, because this is something I didn't even realize about this. Like, look at how I'm directly behind your leg now, and all I have to do is drive my elbow into the sternum.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go right down.
Yeah. And again, if you need, you have the knee behind if they don't move.
Let's do that, because that feels.
Let's do.
That feels, honestly, that feels the best. Me, at least my body.
Okay.
Right? So.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. That's better. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, I gotta get more behind your hip though. I think that's what I'm missing. I'm too like huggy up top and not enough.
Yeah.
Not enough.
You also need to
on that part. Pull your pants back up.
And also, I would say probably try shooting your arm, committing your arm more through, and trying to turn. I feel like that'll give you like more of a lever to really. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Yeah.
So for somebody tall like you, that would work if you were shorter. I think for somebody tall like you, I need to come 1, 2, 3, 4. Ryan's taller than me, so some things are going to work differently depending on where our center of gravities are.
Yeah.
And it might work differently on John too, depending on where his center of gravity is.
So we'll see you shortly.
So you can get used to different body types and different ways of executing the same technique depending on the body that you're working against. You know, so 2, 3. You okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna come in for the takedown this time.
Okay.
Instead of pausing, okay? So, before you get mad at me.
That worked great.
One more, and then we're gonna switch over.
Sure.
So.
Here, one more time. Here.
As you hit, trap this arm. Because if you don't trap this arm,
Again, that's a.
so that's what I was trying to do. So as you come over with the overhand, right, trap the arm. Now scrape it out of the way. And you see how much more swing you get out of your arm too, because you have control over it. That's what I was working on. I don't think I talked about it, but that's what I was working on. That's what I was trying to feel is with that swing from the arm, you get such a better strike over and into the takedown.
Sure. Here. Here. One more time.
Yes.
Because I'm in like so deep already. Just
Like the music seems so loud.
Nope. Come on, woman. See, and what's funny too is I'm looking at, like, my body wants to go straight from here, like you were saying, into this. But then again, it just depends on what you want to do and what you're able to do.
I think what's difficult to work out in like an on-the-fly pad set is doing this and you adapting and having control and not smashing through and just fucking killing.
Yeah, let's try it. Just move back on the swing and the strike.
I'm just saying that's where I think the difficulty is, you know.
So let's go a little faster. You can throw right in. And then again, that's the thing that we always that our teacher always teaches is, like, if that's what comes out, that's fine.
Right.
If you get to 2/3 of the technique and you're still in and you're effective, great. Throw like you don't like me. Yes, good. Perfect. None of that was good at all. So again.
Yeah, let's get one more of that.
Feel okay? Yeah. Okay. Does it feel?
It's not as controlled of a takedown as I would like for it to be.
I mean, you're getting taken down, but it's definitely not as clean as I would like it to be. So.
You lower your energy. Lower your energy. Your energy is all, like, even when you're coming in, you're like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Let it come from
How was that?
It's good.
I don't believe you.
You sound like me right now.
All right. I like that one. John, it's your turn now.
So we finally get Johnny Boy moving around on screen. So what's interesting and what's cool is that, I guess coming from somebody who teaches like beginners classes and stuff like this is a form that John doesn't know. So these are techniques that he's not familiar with, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not techniques he can't get exposed to and learn in a way how to utilize, even if he doesn't know the form. That way when he learns the form, it'll be a little bit more natural, but we haven't taught him this form, he doesn't know this form. So, right? So what it is, it's an upward strike to tip the chin.
Okay.
Right? So as you come in, the first thing you're gonna do is palm and come up, right? In the form, we're low already and we come up underneath. But how we're doing it to kind of make it more for stand up is palming and coming in this way and tipping under the chin, trapping the hand and punching over, scraping, hitting, and then that from there becomes your takedown. So you're gonna palm and come underneath, like we just came underneath.
Is it a palm fan?
No, just palm and come up. Upward strike.
Oh, like,
so
okay.
It's like an inverted back fist, right?
Going into a forward stance?
It's the hammer fist.
Right.
Instead of hammering this way, you're hammering up.
And you're going into a forward stance as you do it? All right.
So you're coming in, right? And now from here, trap this arm and come over and strike.
Oh, all right.
There you go, right?
Cool.
So just work on that for right now. So come one, right? One,
And then trap and come over.
and come over and hit. So you don't have to, just give me your arm, right? Give me your lead hand, right? So you don't have to come real big like this. Just that, right?
So you just bring
a
it
little
in.
check.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so you're palming and coming in, check and strike together. Just hold it to you. That way you can scrape and come in, okay?
Right, okay.
So again, so 1, 2, nice.
Okay.
Scrape, step in, and hammer to the side
Wait,
as you come over. So you know how sometimes we'll come over with this and come over with an elbow, or come in with a snake, or tip the chin, something like that, tip the chin sideways? Now you're gonna come in with that hammer this way. And we're gonna hammer and let that lead into your takedown.
All right.
Okay. So we're gonna come 1, trap 2, scrape. That's cool too. Because right from here, take that arm, come through.
Over?
Over. Through. Oh, yep, that's it. See? You see though, it works, right?
So I kind of got you there.
That's okay. I got you the other day, so that's so good. It happens, right? Payback's a bitch. So 1, 2,
Wait, hang on. I'm losing it.
right? So you're doing fine, dude. So again, like we said, this is a form he doesn't know. So he's just learning these movements for the first time, which is cool for you guys to see. So you're coming 1, 2, scrape 3. So
Okay,
if
so
you
it's this
keep,
arm's doing elbow.
So if you keep the arm here, you can't do it. But if you just get it out of the way and come in, now you're, right? You have that? Think 1, 2.
Wait, no. Is that
So
right?
you know what's cool? You know what you're doing naturally?
What?
Is you're doing the shoulder takedown. 1, 2, scrape, trap, right? The shoulder goes this way, and you go to the floor.
Cool.
So you have to point those fingers where the person's going. That's another variation you can do if that's what you're more comfortable with right now in the moment. You know what I mean? Because this requires more sensitivity than I think you're used to at your point right now.
I mean, I was just working on absorbing it. Like from there, there's all sorts of like, I'm not really sure where to go exactly, you know?
Well,
so.
what I'm saying is if you do find yourself in this position, that's where you can go,
Cool,
right?
okay.
But when you're here and you're trying to scrape it, don't focus so much on keeping contact here. Don't focus on blasting it away. Try to be subtle, right? So there's that subtle bridge.
Right.
That's the Tai Chi of it. That's the Tai Chi of it. Then coming in.
Oh, more time.
There you go. Commit to
A little
it.
deeper,
Commit
yeah.
to it. A little bit deeper.
Cool, okay, ready? Okay.
More in with your hip. More.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Right. A little bit, almost.
So now even out your hip and that.
Right.
Make it an even scissor, right?
All right. Got a hitch.
It's getting there, dude.
Yeah. I just feel it hitch.
Oh, that's why we train, to practice that stuff away. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whoa. So much John.
Oops, stepped on your pants.
One more.
Lumbering.
One more.
Good.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We're gonna keep breaking down this technique and maybe experiment with some different uses for it in the next video. So make sure you subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment. Big shout out to our teacher, Shifu Gregg Zilb. Again, we're not trying to be instructors. We're trying to just show you, like, from the student's perspective, what it's like to break these things down and actually put time into learning them. So make sure you give him a follow for more detailed instructions on how these forms and how these techniques work at Authentic Shaolin Kung Fu on YouTube and Authentic Shaolin on Instagram. Again, this is John. I'm Ed. We're from the Martial Mind Podcast. Thanks again, everybody, and follow us for more.